It's been like this for a few days now. Firstly, 0 intubated us at night. Now the pilots have worked out they can sleep in because there's nothing much here to stop them. The Japanese invasion, they say, will come by sea. They've all said it. Our own top dog general, Tom Blamey. And they yanked Douglas MacArthur. So why would I, Private Maury Power, know anything different? I've only been here 2 months. What would I know? But they also said the Japs should be stopped in Singapore. That fell a fortnight ago last week. They bombed the crap out of Darwin. And they're bombing us here in Moresby. It's not clear to me who really cares about this place. Once the first bombs started falling, the natives all went bush. After years of their Methodist missionaries trying to get them into God cricket, well, they all ran off with the first sign of trouble. The whites weren't any better. Half fled immediately, while the rest just started looting their mates' places. And then, well, we all got to react. And why not? So once we finish unloading supplies from cans down at the jetty, we turn around and restock the boats with fridges, furniture and snooker balls and send them back home. Some of the boys have also been sending back bloomers, handbags and hats they found for their ladies. But they're really kidding themselves. You see, it got to the point back home in Collingwood there was Homeland Militia, and ladies wouldn't go anywhere near us. So down the rest of the country we're a joke. Australian, they said, and cowards who went to list to fight for their mother country. They're like the real men of the AIF, Australian Imperial Force. They jumped at the chance to fight the Germans. Look at the Chocos. The chocolate soldiers, the men who melt in battle. So when the army recruiters called in the Builders' Arms and gave us the chance to get up here, and be like, useful? Well, it all seemed like a good idea at the time. The sort of Holy Land tropics, they said. Dad lost his job because of the depression, so I had to leave school at 15 to go find work, couldn't. I mean, that was dumb as horseshit. Probably still am. Having to look at some girl like the duff. Still believe babies came from under cabbages. Hollywood can be a bad place like that. Oh, me mates, the rest of the Zorro gang, yeah, the Zorro gang, I know better. Snout, Benny McGregor. Easy to biff some jabs because it's better than being biffed at home by his father after spilling the booze. And Louis Cobb, the monster we called him. His old man fought in the Great War. Won medals and all that stuff. He's been embarrassed by his lawyer not up here, fighting. So the monster's here to set his dad straight about that. And there's Robbo. He's like me. We were just looking for anything to get us out of Melbourne. And Dusty? Well, he got along with whatever we all decided, because that's what mates do, right? When you flew back home right now, I can tell you the Zorros will be out getting drunk and chasing girls on the Saturday night. We're great mates. We do everything together. Even when it's much. So when they told us at the pub in July that we could come up here with our tennis rackets and our cameras, not that we had any of those things, and be fed and kept warm, it took us no time to scale our beers and say, okay, yeah, we'll go. And so we did, to join the 39th Battalion. Mum, Dad, and little sister Hildy weren't all that keen about me signing up for Moresby. Especially as a Navy store, we should have been heading in the opposite direction. You know, to join the AIF to help Mr. Churchill in Egypt. And so much for the holiday. When we got here, it was a world-class shambles. It took us more than a week just to get the sleeping and med gear and shelter from the rain off the boat. By that time, well, we stank. Monster Cock, he's the biggest of us all. Knows how to work up a sweat in the middle of an Arctic winter. And by that time, as you can imagine, he was badly on the nose. Unapproachable from 100 yards away, and that's with one of these cyclones blowing at you. No mosquito nets, no quinine, the malaria tablets turned into mush into his dam. Till they started bombing us. All we've been doing was unpack boats, roll drums, watch the occasional flick, get drunk and, oh yeah, get sick. Get really sick. With the runs and the malaria. Some of the boys already had badly swollen arms and faces. The girls didn't want us before. They sure as hell wouldn't want us now. Go around killing people all day. Maybe the stories about the Japanese were overdone. Perhaps the brass negotiating a truce right now. That would explain why no one is taking this army malarkey seriously. So far, nobody seems to think we need to learn stuff like how to fire a gun, throw a grenade, or even salute properly. Some days the hardest thing's got to be wandering around like this, taking in the sun. But even putting up with all that won't change what they think of us back home. We saw him in the town just strolling down the street. We saw him in his uniform that always looked so neat. You heard him in the dance hall with your hand upon your shoulder, cursing fate and his bad luck, the unwrapped chocolate soldier. You labelled him a choco because he didn't fight. You didn't think he had the guts to stick up for the right. You heard him in the bar, if you felt a little bolder, you wouldn't hesitate to say, another chocolate soldier. You know when Robbo can't get amongst the fillies? Got to help weasels like me. Until the generals end it, here we are. Soldiers. We look better than wolfies. Barely dressed as being bombed daily with no air cover. Do you know what? Right here and now, we're the only bunch of men available to defend Australia from the Japanese. those nips. Dare come at us round past Milne Bay. Zorro's in the 39th. We'll be the ones to show them exactly who's boss.